Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is on this look, this makeup, this hair. This is pretty much going to be a get ready with me kind of video, from like hair to makeup, from beginning to end. We're going to go from 0 to 100, okay? So this is probably going to be a long video. I apologize. So if you want to know how I get this look, let's go ahead and get started, or keep watching. But before we get started, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, like this video, and turn on the little notification bell so you know when I upload, and we live happily ever after. So okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so to start off, we're gonna prime the lid per usual. I'm just using a regular concealer. Okay, now I'm going to add a little bit of powder to the lid, just so that way it helps set the concealer. Now that we have that done, I'm going to go ahead and start with the eyes. I should have done my eyebrows first, but I kind of got ahead of myself and I just started with the eyes. Okay, so for the eyes, I'm going to be using the Milani palette, the Soft and Sultry one. And I'm just going to grab a regular blending brush, and I'm going to go into the color Smoking Hot, which is this kind of brown color right here. And I'm going to use that for all over the lid. I bought this palette a long time ago whenever Katie and Desi were like using it and talking about it. And I remember I struggled to actually find it. But then I did end up finding it at Walmart out of like luck. And they actually had this one and the other one that I used to use a lot. I can't remember the name. Mauves, or it's either mauve or like sienna. No, I think it's like something mauve. But they really are honestly like super good eyeshadows. I hadn't used this one. This is the first time I used this one. But honestly, the other one I love. It was actually on even like I think my October favorites. This is just going to be like a really simple look. So I don't want it to be like super like dark or smoky or anything like that. Watch me end up making it like super smoky. Another blending brush. This one's slightly thinner. And now I'm going to go in with the color... Oh wait, no. Okay, the color that I first used was Temptation, and now I'm going in with Smoky Hot. But now we're going to go in with the darkest shade, which is this one right here. And then with that, we're just going to start building up the crease little by little. I hope my nose doesn't start to get like watery because I forgot my tissue paper. I actually found some that had like Vicks on them and like lotion, so like every time I blow my nose it feels like I'm putting Vicks. Now if you're Mexican, you know Vicks fixes everything. So do you guys watch Jane the Virgin? Did you guys see that episode where like they're talking about Vicks? I thought it was so funny because like it's so true. And then with a smaller one, I am gonna go, this is a flat packing brush, and I'm gonna go in with the color Foxy Lady, which is this kind of glittery sheen kind of color. And with that, we're just gonna apply that in the middle of the lid. Just add a little bit of like shimmer. This palette is seriously like a really good like everyday kind of basic colors, because it has like really light colors, has a light shimmer, it has like your darks, dark shimmers, light shimmers, browns. I love it. Okay, and I'm gonna go in with a flat packing brush, and I'm gonna go in with the color Smoking Hot, which is the darkest color that we used. We're just gonna pack this underneath. I'm gonna add like a really light shimmer in the inner corner, just to look more awake. And now with the brush that we used, I'm just gonna buff it out a little bit. I don't want to really smoke out the bottom of the lid. So for primer, I'm going to be using the Professional primer. This one's almost done, so I'm trying to like juice it as much as I can. This is like an oldie but a goodie. I love this primer. It's like one of those primers that I know I can always like go to, and I know it's gonna work great. For the foundation that I'm going to be using, I'm going to also go back with a goodie, an oldie but a goodie. This is another foundation that I know I can always like count on, and that is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte 24-hour foundation. This foundation does keep me matte, so whenever I do this foundation, I don't like to do like a super mattifying primer, because then I end up looking like dry. I don't know how to explain it. This is kind of like a medium coverage, but it can be buildable. I don't like to super build up my foundations, because then I find that on me they end up looking kind of like cakey and just like ugh. This brush is not that great to use on like foundations that are thicker, because since it's like the bristles that it has, since it's thicker, it doesn't, this is really soft and it's not super dense. Sorry, I got like sidetracked. But since this one's softer, it's better to use whenever you're using like a foundation that's kind of liquidy, because if you're using this with like a thicker foundation, then it's just gonna create like streaks everywhere. Now that we have that, I'm gonna do my concealer and then like kind of set it, and then I'll come back and do the brows while that's like setting. Okay, and for concealer, I'm using the NYX HD Studio. This shade, they don't sell it at like Ulta or like Walmart and stuff. Like, I have to go to the actual NYX store to get it, since it's like a 0.5. I mean, I could get it at like Ulta.com. I don't know, I'm not a big fan. Like, if I'm gonna get like makeup, like I want to get it and like use it that same day. Like, I don't want to, I don't know, like I'd rather get it myself than having to wait like 3 to 5 days. Does that make me old? Is the youth of today like fine with just ordering everything online and then having to wait for it? Because honestly, I cannot relate to that. Now I'm gonna set it a little bit. This is a Pretty Vulgar mattifying setting powder. Gotta keep that T-zone matte, because although we used a mattifying foundation, we still want to make sure that we stay matte. Now I'm gonna do my brows, and again, I'm just using the NYX Tame and Frame. Whoop. The NYX Tame and Frame and just a brow brush. Now, eyebrows are a thing that if you like mess up, like you gonna look real wonky. You know what I mean? Like, they're not twins, they're sisters, so they're not supposed to be like exactly the same, but you want them to look decent. Doing your eyebrows is a lot better when you have them like done. Haven't gone in a while. An eternity later, here it is. Eyebrows done. Don't you hate it when you're sick and you have to blow your nose? It's like the freaking worst. Now, to do a little bit of bronzer, I'm gonna add some on my nose today, just because, although I really shouldn't, since I'm sick, I'm gonna be blowing my nose. Add a little bit of bronzer. My hair's almost dry. I was trying to see what I was gonna do with it, if it dried or not, but it's almost dry, so I might as well maybe curl it. It's so hot today in Dallas, like I'm sweating under my robe. Like, we've had a cold front for like the past few days, but like yesterday it started getting a little warm. Today I think it got up to like 70. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of setting powder on the nose, just to emphasize. A little bit down here, a little bit down here. I usually don't do blush, but I kind of want to start using blush since I have a lot of them, and I'm going in with Milani's Luminoso. Now, this is an OG. This is like, I remember so many people used to talk about it. I think like Kathleen Lights was talking about it a lot. I think that's why I got it. It does have a little bit of like a shimmer to it, but it's not too crazy. Okay, and now with some concealer, some highlighter. I'm using the Makeup Revolution Vivid Baked Highlighter in the color Peach Lights. It's like a very light holographic-y kind of shade. Some on the nose, on the bridge. I'm not doing all the way down the nose. I'm just doing like the bridge and then the tip. And now with a smaller brush, it's this little tiny pencil looking brush. I'm gonna go in back in the palette, and I'm gonna get the color Diamonds and Pearls, which is this shimmer right here. Oops, right there. I'm gonna grab that and put that in the inner corner just to wake everything up. And I'm gonna add some under my brow bone too. I'm gonna put on lashes and then, how dare her. So I'm gonna put on lashes and then I'll come back to do my lips and then we'll start on the hair, okay? Okay, so lashes are on and I was gonna do my lip, but I'm doing like a glossy lip and I still have to kind of dry my hair a little bit. It's still kind of damp, so I'm just gonna wait to do that at the end so that way it doesn't get like stuck everywhere. Now I usually use like a blow dryer if I'm gonna obviously dry my hair, but I already had this one connected because I thought I was gonna do like a voluminous kind of blow dry kind of look, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use this. If you guys haven't heard about this or used this, this is like the best tool I think I have. It's like super fast. It helps with my hair, like give it a lot of volume, and it's just, I just love it, honestly. Right now I'm not gonna use it how I usually use it. I'm just gonna kind of use it for like the blow drying purpose of this. But maybe I can do a tutorial on how I use this, how it does the volume. It's just, it's amazing. It's gonna get really loud. Or not. Okay, and now it's gonna get really loud. For the most part is dry. My hair is naturally kind of like wavy, if you can see. So I'm just gonna kind of do a little bit of loose curls on the top. I don't really worry about the bottom a lot because, I don't know, one, I'm lazy, two, no one likes ever checking like under my hair, so it doesn't really matter. And for my curls, I use a straightener. So right now I'm just gonna turn it on to 370, let that, you know, warm up. I'm gonna have to redo my nose because this sickness is not good for me right now. Okay, I'm just gonna have to do like, do you remember what movie was it? She's the Man with Amanda Bynes and, no, it is Amanda Bynes. And Channing Tatum, where like with the tampons up the nose because like the nose bleeds. No, bloody nose, nosebleeds. Nosebleeds is like on a stadium, right? Anyway, so what I usually do, I just grab my curl just very quickly. Then once it's down, I just pull it a little bit just so that way it's not so, you know, George Washington kind of curl. So just pull it. I use those clips because if you can see how like curly like my edges are, so I use those just to kind of clean my hair down a little bit. And that's it. That is the easiest hair thing that I do, and I feel like it looks very put together, very just nice. Okay, now the last thing, we're gonna do the lips, and I'm gonna be using the Timber lip pencil, which I need to sharpen, but I keep forgetting to, and honestly I'm just like playing myself. Let's go ahead and align those lips lined. And for the lip gloss I'm using the L'Oreal, what are these? They don't say, but this is the color 101 in the color Rose Melody. Okay. And that is the finished look. Thanks again for sticking all the way to the end. I know this is probably a long video. And yeah, so thanks again for coming back, staying all the way to the end. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, like this video, and turn on the little notification bells. And bye!